Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday. It's a really good day today, and it's a good day to get to the center of your business. Today and every day, we at Bizchicks TV want to help you take the hassle out of your hustle. So on Tuesday, we have the digital diva in the house, all the way from New York City, Terry Johnson Online, aka TJO. She's here, she's ready, and we are ready with some new information that's going to help you with your digital marketing and your social media strategies. So sit back, grab a pen, grab a paper. You know, you should have a notebook already ready to put all of the things that you're learning in one place so that you can refer back to them and then implement what you learned today. So, without further ado, TJ, take it away.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another week of marketing where we talk about marketing, digital marketing, um, what's all content marketing, social media marketing, all those things you need to do to grow your business online. So I try to find topics that's going to help us get to the center of what we need to do as business owners. So remember last week I said we are not business owners. What are we now?
We are
We
creators.
are creators. We are content creators. So now you got to start thinking with the business hat. You got to take it off and you got to put the content creator hat on. So that's what, we're doing now. We're going to talk about how to do that because why? Because that's what Adam Mosseri said. And if for some reason everybody wants to be big on Instagram, and I mean it's good reason there. We talked about how many people are online, where they hanging out, what do they want to do. We talked about TikTok, and we talked about um is it going to be banned? Is it not going to be banned? So those are all things that go help us into where do we find our next customer? Because you've already got customers and you know how to keep those. You want to keep them, but you want to constantly bring in new customers. So how do you do that? You go where the attention is. The attention right now is social media, good, bad, or ugly. Good, bad, or ugly. That's the only thing I can think about. Because it's necessary. It's necessary. I think it is. I see a lot of people on that write blogs or articles and saying, "Oh, you don't need social media." You don't need it, but you want it because everybody is there. Oh,
Right.
we got a comment. Hey, Pat. Pat's
Hey,
here.
Pat.
Hey,
And
Pat.
yes, ma'am. Miss Durham Skywriter Pat Murray, good to see you today.
Hey. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. This is the we call the old gang, and not old in age, but old. We've been hanging around for a while online because Bizchicks has got their 10-year.
Yes, we're in our 10th year.
Yes, and that's a lot of live stream experience. We've
Yes.
been through it all.
Yeah, we were back in the
We've
days of
hopped.
B word.
We've hopped on this platform and that just leapfrog from one to the other. And here we are on StreamYard. We love it. Okay, so I love to set it up because I'm not sure. And I had somebody tell me, Terry, you keep repeating things, and I'm like, yeah, because I'm not sure if everybody's getting it. I'm not sure.
Well, here's the thing about learning. It's repetitive.
Right.
We learned the alphabet when we started in kindergarten, maybe even preschool.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you got to kindergarten, they repeated what you learned in preschool. And then they kept repeating it, and we're still using them ABCs
But
that
it
we
works,
learned.
right? You
It
you know
works.
your multiplication tables?
Yes.
Do you know that kids today don't know theirs? They don't need to.
Oh yeah, because they just pick up a
They
device
have a
and just.
phone. And now we have ChatGPT. We have AI.
So we
So
don't need to.
right, and so this like, and you have to keep repeating. It's just to me, I'm like, am I saying this too many times? But it had to get through.
It really
It
does.
had to get through, and I like to talk about the basics because the basics they don't change of marketing a business. Because I hear people, oh, the TikTok ban in Minnesota, wherever. Minnesota, I think. Who wanted to stop my business?
Montana, yes.
Yeah, Montana. Okay. Oh, they're killing my business. It's gonna stop my business. How? How? When we've been doing business for millennia. Millennia. So what changes is the tool, right? The tool.
Yes.
And trust me, there's going to be new tools. There's
Every
going to be new
day.
tools. Just get ready. We just got a new one, ChatGPT or GPT. We just got a new one. That's at the beginning stages. So, and I couldn't believe that a lot of people did not know about it or use it. I mean, I can believe it, but it's like we've been immersed in it for 6 months.
Yeah. And before then, we were doing it the hard hustle way, man. We were really trying to write it out, spending weeks trying
Eternities, trying to get it perfect. Well, someone came here and said that they were taking so long to make a social media post, and I said, "Don't do that. Just make it now. You really can just do it." So, what I want to talk about today, getting into the topic, the center of your business. It has to do with, what I said about, people saying if TikTok is the end of my business. Instagram goes down, it's the end of my business. Facebook goes away, it's the end of my business. That's completely wrong. You're doing something wrong. The center of your business is, anybody know? If I tell you?
Anybody want to guess?
Yeah, go ahead, guess. Let's get
No, I'm just asking the people in the audience, do you know what the center of your business is?
And it's not you. It's the core customer. We talked about that with the Bud Light situation, which we will do we'll retouch on that because so much stuff has happened. Continuing, we talked about that in April, I believe.
Yeah. Pat said community info. Amber said you.
Hey, Amber.
Hey, Amber, all the way from LinkedIn. So it's really not you, and it's not community info. It is our core customer.
Yeah, because see, this is the thing: as business owners, you always think, I got this great idea for whatever it is, and you set it up and you get your logo and you do all of those things, and you open up your lemonade stand. I just use that for an example, and nobody shows up. Why? Because you're centering the business around you and your desires, which is, that's not how it works.
Wow.
Did you find out if somebody wanted what you're selling?
Yeah, maybe they don't like. Maybe they want Kool-Aid instead of lemonade. Okay.
Did you ask? See, this is the thing I see where, especially on Instagram, it's like nobody's looking at my post, nobody's liking my post, nobody's commenting. Well, they don't care because you've centered that activity around you and your wants and desires. But I'm here to tell you that the customer that you want out there, they don't care about your business. They care about themselves. How can you fix my problem?
Yeah, what's in it for me? What's in it for them?
Right. Think about it. Aren't we all me-centered? I'm me-centered because I want to make myself happy and solve my problems and make my life better. Get it? The business owner thinks, I'm going to open up this shop. I'm going to open, whether it's brick and mortar or online, and they're just going to run to it and buy it because it's such a good thing. It's a good product. I'm a good coach. I'm a good whatever. I provide the best service. Tons of other people do the same thing. Right? So if you center it around you, what you want, I'm going to make a ton of money because you see others out there, especially this is in the online entrepreneur world where there's coaches and all these people, entrepreneurs that have classes and courses, and they sell you ebooks and they sell you things, and you see them making 10K months. Some people I've been following for a while, they're making tens of millions of dollars now, but they started in 2006 or whatever.
Right.
But they built up And they're successful now because they didn't make themselves the center of the business. They said, how can I serve my customer? How can I serve them? See, a lot of people don't think about that.
Right. And I know we've been talking about it before. What are the people you want? We found out where they hang out. We
Yeah,
probably did all of that. But
that's cool.
what do they want?
Right.
What,
You found the lair. You found the beehive. So what? You found it. They still don't want what you got.
and
You found where they're hanging out. Good for you. Now what? Are you helping them? Are you serving them? Are you giving them something they want? Instead of me, my business, I want to make $1 million this year. Well, that's good because the business wants to make revenue and sales, but that's always the last thing at the end of the line. What's at the beginning?
what
A
do
customer.
Yeah, what do the customers want?
And bringing back, and since I brought up the Bud Light thing that we talked about, oh man, what is it, 2 months?
Yes.
What happened?
Okay, because the whoever did that commercial put it
And
on.
it wasn't even a commercial. Remember, we saw it was on her Instagram. They sent her some cans with her
Yes.
picture on it.
Right. So
As an influencer, yes, as an influencer post. Right. Go ahead.
But they weren't talking to the right audience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They were talking to somebody else. It was just really interesting that they did not hear the customer, or they heard them after they started shooting up the cans and doing some other stuff. Then they heard the customers and have since made a change.
I like how you said other stuff. There's been lots of other stuff. So the first, okay, let me tell you, the last thing that I heard was that Garth Brooks is specifically opening a bar in, I think he's in Nashville or Tennessee somewhere, and he says he's going to serve all of the beers because he's an ally of that community. So that's the last thing I heard.
So, and this is what I noticed too, because Anheuser-Busch is the parent company.
Yep.
Okay, but their other customers, their other beer brands, they are sticking true to their customers. I happen to notice that Michelob, yeah,
other brands have risen in the,
but their other brand in the family, they made sure that they are still sticking to the recipe. They didn't go off on a tangent. They just didn't go off somewhere and start something else and didn't ruffle the feathers of the core audience.
And you know what has happened since then, and we talked about it, Target has been in some controversy. Cracker Barrel, a couple of others, because this is Pride Month, and some of these businesses have decided to align with that culture. Where I'm like, you don't wait until June if you're really going to do it. You start now. I mean, before June. You don't just jump. That's like people jumping in. Oh, it's Juneteenth. Let's put all of this. I remember last year there was some business party supplies or something. They had a Juneteenth line of party supplies, and people went crazy. I was like, no, you can't do that. Same thing with I remember with MLK a few years back that something commercialized.
It feels very cheap and it feels inauthentic.
It is. That's the word. Thank you. It's inauthentic. Never works.
Hey, good morning, Yolanda.
Hey, Yolanda, good morning. I'm glad everybody's here. Because I want you guys to weigh in. And as we talked about it in April, it's not about that community, whether you accept it or not. We looked at it from a marketing brand perspective of always know and cater to your core customer. You don't alienate them, even though you want new customers. And I believe the vice president of marketing at that time, she was like a millennial or something. She said she was coming in to blow up the brand. Well, she blew it up because it has lost market share. It has lost valuation. I think in the billions, they said. People still, look, this was April. People are still talking about this thing. We started in April when it first started because it was March Madness.
Right, right.
And I didn't even think it would keep going this long. Because,
Yeah.
people go, oh, it's a controversy. They'll move on to the next thing, but it hasn't. It's grown. It's grown. Mark. Hey, Mark.
Mark's comment. Trust and believe the LGBTQ community knows when you wait until June and post a rainbow flag on your ads when you have not been an advocate before or after.
They know. They're not stupid. They've seen you. They see you coming. Same thing with some other communities and cultures. You wait until the month of Black History Month, or you wait to the month of Asian. What would we just have? Asian American Pacific Islander.
Islanders. Yeah.
No. You don't do that. First, doesn't align with your brand. If it does, bring some people of that community in to talk to them. And then you decide, well, is it a good fit or not? What should we do? An influencer? Should we do a campaign? Should we do a charity? You have to figure that out. So a lot of corporations don't do that because they just like, all right, it's a market. We wanted money. So that's what I mean about the center of your business. You put yourself first in the revenue, your revenue desire. You want money. We all want that. Yes. But that's at the end after you have met all of these qualifications of know, like, and trust. All of the things that we talked about before. So that's what I mean about the center of your business.
Dr. Tashi said, right. It's as if I'm not Black all year long.
Yeah, it's a costume we put on for Black History Month. So, and there's certain communities, we see them coming. One of the things that we used to joke about here is like when we have elections for New York mayor way back. I'm not going to call the name, but you all know the guy. He came to Harlem, and when they come to Harlem or they come to East Harlem and all these other, the Bronx and stuff, they go to the churches and they come and they make these promises, and we're like, oh, you're just here because it's election year, and you'll go back downtown to whatever you're doing. And so we don't even pay attention to it. It's that kind of thing. You only notice us when you want something.
That is bad. That is not a good way to do business.
Exactly. It's not.
Okay, I was gonna say something. It is not.
Don't say it.
Okay, it's not a booty call, people. Come on. You need to be with us for the long road.
It's because
with your customer for the
they want the one and done. And as a business, you don't want a one and done customer. You want a repeat customer. Why? Because it's less work to get a new one. You've already satisfied that one, or whoever's in your pipeline, and all you have to do is keep them happy. And you do it by not trickery, by not pretending to be an ally, to be aligned because it is whatever month. That's not what you're doing. So that's what I mean by the center of your business. You're putting your greed of, okay, other people are making millions of dollars selling their courses. I want to do it, but does it fit the bill? Does it satisfy a need? Does it help? Does it help? Ask yourself, does this help? And that will keep you.
There are sometimes when people put together a campaign or something, it feels very forced. It feels like you just doing this because everybody else does this type of or a challenge,
whatever it is,
course or a challenge or a whatever, and it's not you because that's not what you've ever done before.
You're inserting yourself into a space where you didn't earn you didn't earn your way in. There are other people that have. Like, if you want to be an ally to the LGBTQ plus community, you don't do it in June. You should have did it in January when nobody was talking about it. If you're authentic, that's what Fran said about being authentic. It has to be authentic. You have to care, because we can tell if you don't care. So, and the thing, getting back to the Bud Light thing, that their mistake was hiring this person that did not
get the culture.
She not even that. I wanted to show that it was basic marketing principles. And some of the younger crew, they don't think they have to do to listen to the experience of the elders. I guess I'll put it like that.
Right. Well, the elders are here for the Anheuser-Busch been here for 100 years for a
Right.
reason.
So I don't know who hired this person, and they were like, "Oh, we want the youthful crowd. We want Gen Z. So let's hire one of these people." But no, they still have to say, "Okay, what's the experience here? We can't just come in and blow up a brand because we want Gen Z or we want that community. You can't blow up the existing brand because you're going to make the comfortable people, the people that are in a certain area of the country who do certain things, and then you come along and throw a wrench in that they didn't want. Don't force people to do something they don't want."
Mark has a comment. He says, I used to do diversity/inclusiveness work, consulting and training in large organizations. When they preach diversity, the first thing that I would do is look at the pics of the board/leaders.
Yes, that's what you do. You look at what is the culture currently, because you're coming in to disrupt.
And they said that and I can see how if you're saying this is what you want to do, but then your board doesn't represent that.
Does everybody remember when they were putting up black pictures, black squares on Instagram?
I do. I remember that.
What happened to that?
Oh,
all these corporations
put a black. Okay, there ain't no black squares up there right now, right? Right.
They moved on to something else. Way back, and I knew they would.
They got a flag up now.
Right, but it was good for in the moment. So that's a part of it. Also, you have to catch the tiger by the tail. I kind of say, like, you got to catch it in the moment, and then build upon that, because it's not going to last. The trendy thing is not going to last. Unfortunately, there are still some people who are doing the good fight and talking about BLM and all these other things, and we applaud them. But the corporations that swooped in because it was a thing, they've all gone on to something else because they weren't truly allies. They weren't truly authentic. They were just money grabbing. And you can see that.
Or attention grabbing.
Yeah, just attention grabbing.
In the limelight.
Newsjacking, they call it.
Oh, newsjacking. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Because the corporation's about money. And if they see an opportunity to make money, they're in there. They're in there. So I just wanted us to think about that. Like, who are you helping? Who are you serving? Especially in this time where the economy is, it's a wild ride. We don't know, the feds are doing this, and are we in a recession? Are we not? Inflation. So things are very unstable. So you're talking about getting money from a person. I'm real careful with who I give my money now. I don't know you. No, like, and trust. I never heard of you. You're not getting my money. If you just popped up like a daisy out of the ground going, hey, like, no, where have you been? So a lot of the people that I follow, know, like, and trust, they've been doing this for years, like at least 10 years.
Right.
They've got a brand. They built a brand. And they've talked about things authentically, and I know that they have, because it's tried, true, and tested. Especially now in the era of ChatGPT, where everybody has the perfect comment and the perfect post and I can spot it now. I'm like, oh man, look at you. You just going to town, because they copy and paste. Now the smart ones will go, okay, let me use this tool, but I'm going to put my spin on it, my flavor, and then it sounds like me, and it won't be such a disconnect.
Right. It's the same way when we used to do the school papers.
Yes,
get your information from the encyclopedia, but put it in your own words.
Or the Cliff Notes.
Put them in your own words. Don't just copy it.
Who wants to read War and Peace? Let me get these Cliff Notes. And the teacher knows. Because she's been, she or he or they, gender pronoun. They've been doing this, so they can spot it. They can spot it.
So, and they know if you watch the movie.
You watch the movie. Yeah, let's watch the movie instead of reading the book.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, that doesn't work, kids. But they will try. They will try. So I mean that's really what I wanted to bring up and talk about, and because this makes you unique. Being yourself, being not self-centered but customer centric. What do they want? What do they need? Are you helping them? Are you serving them? And then especially like I said, what things are, you know, economy wise, your customer, your audience might not have a fat wallet anymore. Or things have happened. You've seen a lot of layoffs, especially in tech. You might want to help instead of trying to sell them a 997 course. You might want to help them. Doesn't
Right.
mean that you give all of the information, but you want to be helpful.
And see, there's a few major brands that do that well.
Yeah.
And we've
Who?
talked
Who?
about it. Gary Vee is one of them.
Yes.
He gives
From
out
day
so
one.
much information.
From day one.
Yes,
Hmm.
and I do believe the gentleman you follow, I can't see his name.
On YouTube or Instagram?
Both.
Mario?
Yes.
Mario Armstrong? Yes, he's another.
Yes. Yeah.
One that I like to talk about, Mark Schaefer. He's a
Yes.
college, he's a professor of marketing at Rutgers. I'm
Yes.
following him everywhere he is
Yes.
because he talks about he's always like at the edge of what's coming. So he doesn't talk about, well, what's the state of marketing now. He goes, I think that, and he writes all of these books that are like ahead of what's coming up, because he wrote
Right.
a book before the pandemic and it was talking about stuff, and it was like, oh, everybody, because everybody says, oh, Mark, you wrote that book, and how did you know? And he's like, well, because this is his topic. This is his topic of expertise. You talk to people, you test the waters, you see where the air is going, and you go with your instinct. That's what makes a thought leader.
Right.
So
Yeah.
people follow him
And
wherever
and
he is.
and they trust him because he's not doing a money grab.
Nope. He has, I believe now he is talking about maybe doing a course, but he doesn't do courses. He does like he has a gathering, like 50 people come to his place and whatever, and they pay all of this money and they talk for 3 days, and he does those kind of things. He doesn't go buy my course, because
Right.
he's like, that's not what he's about. But he's starting to do little things where you can get a one-on-one session with him, or something like that, because you want individualized attention from somebody like that, because he's giving out the big picture. So then
Right.
he says, well, you can talk to me and whatever, and we'll talk about specifically your business, and that helps. So he kind of does those things, but it's not to put down. Well, it is to put down the money. I'm gonna put the money grab people down, because they're grabbing the money from
And then
somebody who wants the help, but they're not giving them the help. They're just grabbing the money and going. And here's my cheat sheet, here's my PDF, here's my book, here's my, the Instagram secrets or the whatever secrets, 19.99, and you get the little PDF as a one-page thing of, well, I could get that from Google. There's a lot of that going on. And then also because of Chat GPT, there's a lot of stuff going on where they're just, I'm like, that's Chat GPT, because I see it spits out, if you don't ask it specific prompts in a specific way, it's going to give you generalized information. I'm like, well, I know what that is. You just slapped it into a PDF and sold it for whatever price, but you're not offering anything. You're not helping. They're not helping. So does everybody see what I'm talking about with the center of your business? Because we're so, it's my business, it's my baby. Isn't it great? And I think we mentioned that before about your baby. Oh, isn't it beautiful? This is, and people are like,
that baby is not
yeah.
cute.
I think Seinfeld, we said Seinfeld did it. They did an episode about the baby.
And the baby was not cute.
Isn't she beautiful? Yeah. So that's kind of, we want to get out of that thinking of, I got this great idea. I started my business, and isn't it wonderful? And everybody's going to love my product, my service. No, they won't. No, they won't. So you have to think about How am I serving? How am I helping? So one of the things Fran brought up was be authentic. So I have that on my list. Now, people say that be authentic. What is it? So you want to, find your voice, talk in your voice. You want to share your story. You want to be transparent. And here's another one, admit and learn from mistakes. Like, oh, I told you the wrong thing, or I said, I'm sorry. So you don't sweep anything under the rug, so to speak. So
Oh,
you want to do those things.
you mean admit when you was wrong?
Admit when you were wrong. I gave you the wrong info. I'm very sorry.
Or the information has changed since the last time I
Mhm.
told you
Yeah.
something, and we
Yeah.
now need to make a pivot.
But let them know. Do you let them know, or you go, oh, I made that. Oh, let me disappear. No, stand up in that spot and own it. I don't know, but I'll find out. Or I gave you misinformation. Let me correct it because I want to make sure that you get what you need to help you grow your business, improve your life, whatever the thing is that they want from you that you're offering. Okay, be authentic. Um, Another one off that I just talked about, offer value. People say that, oh, well, what is offering value? Solving problems, educating the audience, giving them deals, special deals, provide entertaining content. We're in that era now, infotainment. We've been in that for a while. So you gotta and it's not dancing, it's just engaging in a way that's authentically you, where if you tell jokes, like Mark is funny. So
Yeah,
I expect to see, but I'm not, if I see something sad from him, I'm going, oh, what's happening? Something's wrong. What's happening? So that's what I mean about being yourself and offering content in your way. If you're witty, you're witty. If you're snarky, if you're funny, if you're serious, professional, do those things. Don't follow. And I see this a lot. People would always copy Gary Vee's style because they think it's the style, but that's him. That's his voice.
Mark said, if you engage my services in the next hour, I will give you a cookie.
Love it. Is it homemade?
Yeah,
Homemade
Mark,
chocolate chip?
homemade. I can remember a guy that I used to follow, and
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't cursing at first, and then
Mm-hmm.
after Gary B came out, he started dropping the F-bomb. I'm like, dude, that does not look good on you.
It only works for Gary Vaynerchuk. And I've seen plenty of people. There was one guy I was following that all of a sudden his videos and his style and everything he posted was Gary Vee style. I'm like, dude, don't do that. I'm not following you because you copying his style. And you be you. Be you. Gary is him. That's why he gets all he has. And really the way he is today is because it's been like almost 20 years of him doing that. Because he talked about it, or he had a YouTube channel, and he had bought a camera and set it up in the office and just started talking, and it grew from there.
Yeah.
But it was him.
Yep, and he was dropping the F-bombs everywhere then. He just didn't
Yes.
start doing that.
Yeah, so you don't you drop the F-bomb because, well, this person does it and they've got all of these followers and they got millions of dollars. There's a reason why that person has what they have, because they worked on their craft. They've done it day one when nobody was watching.
And here's the thing about Gary Vee. People who don't like the F-bombs being dropped will still listen to him in spite of them.
Oh, they say all the time, why don't you stop cursing? So he has another YouTube channel where he doesn't curse. That he takes out the
right.
he bleeps it out.
But some of us will still listen because it's like you just kind of move that out the way and get to the meat.
That's the Jersey way. He's from Jersey. That's how they do. I expect him too.
Right. If it's like, what's wrong with Gary Vee?
I'm like, I want to hear the message. I don't care about the words that he's using. I want the message. So he does, and he's talked about it. He said that, oh, Mark says store bought unless you hire me for months. Then we get the artisan cookie that he handcrafted in his kitchen. the words. But I mean, that's just how it is. You have to find your way. And finding your way, fortunately or unfortunately, means that you start at zero and especially if you're live streaming or video and you're like, this is crazy. Who am I talking to? Nobody's there. But you keep talking until somebody's there. So look, somebody's there. We've got people here. Why? Because we're here in this space consistently talking about a topic that maybe you like this week's topic. Maybe you didn't like last week's topic, but that can't stop us from what we're doing because we're helping.
Yes.
We're helping. We're trying to give you some value, trying to show you the way that we think. You can take it or leave it. But if you're the person like us giving the information, the value, making the content, you can't get upset because, well, nobody's there. Keep going.
Right. You keep putting it out there. And especially if you know your cookies are good.
Yes.
Put them out there anyway. And because the people have asked, we have an audience who were asking us, okay, what do we do on social media? And what do we do with digital marketing? Because this is still kind of a new thing. And we have someone in the community that can bring it and tell us how to implement it. And this is TJ. And when we get TJ, she puts it in understanding terms and we can ask questions and we don't have to sit, we can't go to Gary Vee and ask him.
Well, you can, you know what? You can ask him, but you have to catch him when his attention. Because I've done things on Twitter and he's responded and Instagram but I luckily got in there when he happened to be on personally. Like he'll go to his social media, but he's not there all day.
No.
So if you're lucky and you catch his eye with the thing that catches his eye, he will respond. And it's him. It's not, and I know it's him. It's not his people because he says, I get on. He said, if it's a response from me, it's me. He said that.
Right.
He said that. But the rest of the time, he got team people doing this and that. And the other, which is good.
Linda said, you got, yes, guys, we couldn't make it without you. Thank you, Linda. You be you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if you do because I saw Linda's thing the other day. She's doing, if you want rosemary, she's growing rosemary. I believe she'll ship it too.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
She's doing the bonnet. She's doing bonnets, like the sun bonnets to keep the sun off in the garden. She's doing her stuff. She's not doing Martha Stewart. Oh my God. She's doing her stuff. And guess what? Continuously build it up, get the attention. Now, here's another thing, because people say, well, nobody's watching. What you might want to think about is building relationships, which is another thing we talk about. But I mean, you are going to collaborate with others.
Yes.
Why do you want to collaborate with others? Not your competition, but somebody who's in a similar line of business. Like you complement each other because that person has a community. You don't have a community. Once you go over on their podcast or on Instagram, they have you can do a collaboration post.
Mm-hmm.
You can do an Instagram live as a collaborator. That person's community sees you. And then they go, oh, I like what Linda's saying about the rosemary and the soap and the garden and, being in, outside in the backyard in South Carolina and all the stuff that she's showing. Let me follow her. So see, there you go. So you go from nothing to something.
Right.
That's just one thing. That's just one thing to do. That's one thing. A couple other things, engage in conversations. People post on, especially on Instagram, they post and leave. And then they get responses and then you don't reply.
Because you're not even there looking. Mark says, as I've stated before at this point, I keep putting stuff out, even when I'm not getting a response, as a legacy to prove that I was once here.
Yes, I was here.
Yep.
I was here.
And there's a lot of people we're catching up with stuff from people like, oh, and it was, who was it? Brian Tracy. He's putting his stuff out that he did a long time ago, but he's putting it out.
Yes.
He repurposed his stuff and put it back out.
Because it's relevant. The stuff he talked about is evergreen. Business is business. Marketing is marketing. That's why his stuff works today.
Mark said, I've tried to collaborate with this up and comer Oprah, but she doesn't pick up the phone.
Wonder why? I wonder why. So, because we're in this era of nano influencer. If you don't know what that is, that just I believe it's you have under 1,000 followers, but you have a community that, again, people that respond. You respond to their comments. You reply. Don't leave them hanging, because you want to have that. You want to build that relationship. So you don't have to have 1 million followers in order to get a brand deal or make money in your business or whatever you're doing, your goals. You don't have to have 1 million. You can have 1,000. You could have 5,000. But
How
they're
about
invested in you.
even if you got 10?
Are they commenting? Are they replying? Are they doing, when you tell them to do something, your call to action, do they do it? If all 10 of those people do it, you're good. That engagement rate is 100%. Versus having 10,000 people and only 10 respond. That's not an engagement rate of 100%. I don't think that's 1%. But see, people, you're looking at numbers, and I say don't look at numbers, look at the feeling. Look at the comment that you get, the reply, the share, you told them to do X and they did it. That's what you look at. You don't go, well, we only got 500 people. Only? Are those 500 invested in you? Are they commenting, responding, replying, doing your call to action? Are you getting 80% of that 500? You're doing very well.
Wasn't there? I was thinking about something that you brought to us a few weeks back, where the lady unsubscribed because.
Oh yes, we talked about that I think it was last week. And I saved it. Let me bring it up. I saved it in my screenshot that she got on the SMS list of a brand that she loved, which means she bought from them.
Mm-hmm.
She followed them before. And
yes, and she liked the product.
Here, I'm going to read, because we talked about this last week, but let's talk about it again because it's so important to me. It was so important to me. I had to screenshot and save it. This is somebody I follow on Facebook. She said, I just signed up for text messages from a brand I love. They proceeded to send me 6 messages to buy things, which in the first 30 minutes, she says, me, stop. That means she replies, stop. So if you reply stop on an SMS text message, that means unsubscribe.
Right.
Stop means unsubscribe. That means she cut herself off from a brand she loved. Why? Because they bombarded her when she was already a customer. Because if you're on an SMS text message and you're already in, you've already bought something, you're already following, you're in, you're not cold, like they say. You're not a cold customer, you're not cold, you're hot because you love them, you bought from them, you got on the text message list, and she was like, why are you selling to me? I'm already a customer. You don't have to beat me over the head with 6 messages to buy something. So she was like, I'm done.
That's very insensitive of the brand, whoever they were. They weren't thinking. They just were doing, okay, somebody who probably sold them to the text system said, okay, now this is what you do. You send them a text to remind them to buy something, but you need to rethink that.
This is like talking in somebody's ear on a date, whispering something. You're whispering. That's how intimate and close this is. People don't give out their phone numbers for text messages just willy-nilly, unless they have a throwaway one, which I have. So I will, I want to see what they're saying. I will give them that throwaway. But that's not average.
No,
that's me.
And if they give it to you, trust, don't violate their trust.
No, like trust. They already trust you. You've gotten the trifecta. They're there. So there was a lot of conversation in her comments, and I got to go back and see. I think it was like a week or 2 ago. She said, so someone said, what were you hoping for? I'm looking into this for my shop. This is a business owner. So she responds, certainly not 6 rapid fire texts in less than 30 minutes. That's foolishness. Then somebody else says, anything more than welcome is too much. This is like being in somebody's bedroom, not the house. You're in bed with them watching TV. That's what this SMS is. So
let's at least sit on the couch and get a cup of coffee first, man.
I don't know. But see, these are the things that we need to talk about and be educated about, because it's like, oh, SMS text messaging. Let me get on that because everybody says that's the thing, the guaranteed way to get sales. It is, because you've done the know, like, and trust part.
Right. And you graduated to their text message.
Yes. This is a special line of communication, special VIP.
Don't send stuff and just be doing crazy. Just hey.
I wish she would. She didn't name the brand. I might text her. I might message her and say, "Well, what's the brand?" Because I'm just curious. But she talked about it. She has a big following on her Facebook. The comments are going back and forth. So she's not a customer of the brand anymore. And then she didn't mention the brand, but these other people are in there going, "Hey, what?" So if she had mentioned the brand,
a whole lot of people would have been
a lot of people would have been like, stop. Or if they were, I was thinking about buying from them.
And now I'm rethinking that.
Because of my friend on Facebook, who I know, like, and trust, because I'm following her and I see her messages and I'm commenting. I'm trusting her. There's your user influence.
And let me point out something. She did not damage the brand when she could have.
Yeah, she could have named it, but she was like, I'm not going to do that. So,
okay,
just
be very
be careful with these tools, guys. Be careful with these tools.
The edges are sharp.
You don't want to scare away the squirrel by doing it. And it's because you're making yourself the center of your business. I want them to buy. So if I'm on social media, all I got to do is put out posts saying buy. I put out reels, buy. I put out SMS messages, buy. Get on my email list, buy. No, they will buy, but you got to do some things in between that.
And they're going to go buy.
They're going to go buy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's the thing. And I see, we talked about this before. I joined a lot of Facebook groups in the beginning. When Facebook groups first started, people were going in there, buy my this, buy my that, and putting the links in, not saying hello, not saying how are you, what's up, what do you need, what's your problem, can I help you? No, they just went straight to buy. And then wondered why. Well, nobody's buying. I wonder why.
I don't know you.
I don't know. So if somebody came up on the street and said, hey, buy this.
You know how they open up a jacket. Hey, I got a watch for you.
And real funny. I was just thinking, because this weekend we went to there was one of the street festivals in New York downtown, and we were like waiting in line to get some food. It was a long line, and I was like, okay, the long line means this is good food. But we're standing there, and the guy comes up with the bus. They have bus tours. And they have the people that are dressed like in a red jacket, and they, the double-decker buses in New York. And they have, their job is to get, people to get on the bus tour. And he was like, hey, I was like, dude, do I look like a tourist? No, move on. So I was like, no, I'm not your customer. And I'm like, if you're here, you can tell who's the customer and who's not. Because I was looking around going, oh, well, there's your customer over there. The group of people with the
cameras snapping every picture all over.
Snapping pictures, or the group that I saw, they were wearing some Greek letters. I was like,
yeah, they all had on the same T-shirt.
All together. I said they're convention or something.
Right.
Those are your people, not me. We're standing to get some food to go home. I was like, dude, I live here. I'm like, get on out of here. Like, I don't even want to get on that. I think I did that once when I moved there. I was like, I did that tour, and it's good because you ride the bus and you get on the top and you see all the stuff and they point it out and like, great. But I'm like, know your customer, guy. He was like, oh, okay. I was like, no, you don't, because you're so centered in yourself that you're not going, well, that's a customer, that's not a customer. Let me not waste my time, because the while he's talking to me, the group that I saw walked past, and I'm like, you could have had them more than one.
But you're wasting your time on somebody who don't want your stuff.
Exactly. Don't waste time on people who don't want what you have to offer. That's another part of it. Okay, so let me give you a couple more things and then we will end. Show the collaborate the community, show appreciation, ask for feedback, engage in conversations. I said that earlier. Don't just post and just disappear. And especially when people respond to what you're saying. When you ask for a response, you ask them a question and you ask for the response. They responded and you just ghosted. You didn't even like it or reply. And here's a little tip on Instagram. When you like someone's comment, they get a notification.
They do.
They get a notification of, okay, they might come back, and then the conversation continues. And then you say, hey, you know what? And they ask more questions about your offer or the thing you're talking about. You say, hey, let's take this to the DM. Instagram likes those DMs.
Yes,
That
they
that's
do.
one of those things that Mosari said. Was it the what did he call it? They track the relationship between you and the user.
Right. So, and there's something else that you mentioned that a lot of people have not done in a while. Show appreciation.
Put up a thank you post. You
Thank you post. Okay. You know what really will send somebody over the top? If you're small, you know, you may not be able to do this if you're larger.
mm-hmm.
But sending somebody a letter,
Hey,
postcard, just
think about how you do it. Think about how you show appreciation. That keeps the engagement going, whether they're a customer or not. And especially if they're a customer and they bought from you and then you send them a thank you letter, a thank you note, a thank you something after they're bought. That's a touch point to say a week later. I'm not sure the timing. I wouldn't do it like right after 3 or 4 days, I guess. And then that puts your business back in the mind of that customer. Oh, I remember I bought so and so from you. Let me go and see what else you have to offer
right.
that I didn't buy last time.
And then you can have a card printed with your logo and stuff on it.
There's several ways you can do cards, letters. You can do something online. You can a lot of things. Just
Just
come up
say thank you. Just be appreciative, and it goes a
or
long.
just send them a thank you. What was Mario? Because Mario was saying something about it was some tool. He talked about sending video replies or video messages. So this is where you could do a quick. I think they use Loom, and there's another one.
Loom. Yeah, Loom.
Loom.
I know Loom, and then
There's
it,
another one that he uses. This is for the sponsorship. It tracks the opening or something. You don't have to get that fancy with it, but you go to Loom. I believe Loom is free.
yeah,
There's a
Loom is
lot of
free.
free stuff now. So
Right.
and you
And
just do a quick, hey, I want to thank you, hey, and say their name. I want to thank you for this is just a quick message. Have a great day.
I'm telling you, it works because I had a client do one they signed up to become a part of an event,
Mm-hmm.
and we had the client do an individual video to about 30 or 40 people,
Right.
call their names.
Right.
These people were like, oh, thank you so much. This was
You
wonderful.
just sent flowers to them without sending them flowers. And other people who don't want to grow or keep that relationship going, customer relationship journey, I like to call it. They go 30 people. I'm not gonna sit here and make videos with 30 people.
Then we don't need to be buying your stuff.
Do you? Do you?
Yeah, that's what Linda said. Be you, boo, and do you.
Do you? Because if you send those 30 things out, guess what? You're top of mind. So they're gonna talk about you. They're gonna talk about that video. When somebody has what you need, what you're selling, and they need it to their friends, their family, in the grocery store, whatever, they're gonna say, hey, I got the perfect person for you. Why? Because you did that little 5-second, 10-second video. Doesn't have to be a story. Hey,
It's just
so and so, make it personalized. You're on a personalization level when you're sending out that Zoom video.
thank you.
Thank you,
Looking
so and
forward.
so. I
Yeah.
just wanted to say thank you. I really appreciate that, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. What was that? 5 seconds, 10
5
seconds?
seconds maybe.
You can't do that.
And
30 people?
look, and you don't have to have major equipment. Take out the phone.
The phone, the loom, the however you want to do it. But see, there's resistance to doing these things because whoa, why would I send out 30 videos?
Because
A couple of those videos gonna get you some more clients, some more money, some more revenue, some more something.
yes. And it works.
You're sending flowers without sending actual flowers. That's it. The person is going to feel so special because one, you're personalizing. Don't just do one video. Thank you for no. Hey, so and so. Hi, so and so. Whatever name.
Call their name.
Name.
People like their names.
Thank you so much for this. I just wanted to take this time to thank you. La 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 la. Don't sell. Oh, there's a link here to buy. No. This is a touch point of awareness to where you make them feel like a VIP. You are helping. It costs you nothing. Bloop. I said Loom is free. There's others. There's other things. You don't know what to say? ChatGPT. But I just told you what to say. Hey, so-and-so, thank you for buying da-da-da-da-da, blah, 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 blah. I hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. You don't need ChatGPT. But if you feel like you need help, ChatGPT will tell you exactly what to say. But I just told you what to say. Because this is a letter of appreciation, like Fran said, a letter of appreciation. If you're a calligrapher or your handwriting is great and you feel like you want to mail, have at it. Some people like to do video. Here you go. You could even do audio. Did you know that all of these tools that you have, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, lets you make audio notes, voice notes? Just saying.
And it's on, you can do video notes in the DM.
Yeah, you could do however you want. We were just saying Loom. You could do it. There are tons of tools. You could take your notes. Oh, I touched my computer trying. So you could go to your notes feature, like Apple Notes, type something there and send that. Screenshot it or send it. However you want to do it. If video is your thing, do video. If audio is your thing, do audio. If written is your thing, do written. But do it. Do it. And this is called being a part, the center of your business, keeping them, not you, them. Because they're the ones that buy from you. They're the ones that talk about you. They're the ones that spread the word of mouth. Oh, you're really going to have a lot of word of mouth if you do video. The video thank you letter. These are things that your competitors aren't doing.
Right.
Why would you do them? It puts you on the top of the list. Top of mind, top of the list over the competitor. You don't compete on price. You compete on these kind of personalized things that I'm talking about.
And then we want to hear about how it worked for you.
Yes.
After you've done it. Because see, when we share these things, we are trusting and hoping that you're implementing something that you learned here. And we want to hear about your victories, hear about how it went for you.
Yeah, let me know. So let us know. So I got just a couple more. So one, use data to inform decisions. I'm a big fan of that. That means look at your analytics, what worked, what didn't. If you got a lot of whatever engagement on this type of post, do that type of post. You want to be consistent. That's key. Be consistent. You want to do a regular posting schedule. That doesn't mean you have to do every day. That yours might be every other day. Yours might, whatever it is, just do it at that time. Especially if this works on YouTube. You could put on your YouTube banner new videos every Tuesday at 2 p.m. guess what? I know to go Tuesday at 2 p.m. and you're going to have a new video. Instead of me guessing or waiting for YouTube. And don't rely on YouTube to let you know. That's spotty for some people. And then quality over quantity. So you want to have you want to do a few things of quality versus just putting stuff out because, well, the guru said I got to post 6 times a day. What guru? No. You post at different times. Look at the analytics. Which one did the best at what time? There's your answer. Okay. And you just post that day or that time. And then you said, well, let me see if I do more, what happens? Do more, look at the analytics and say, oh, that didn't work too well. Let me go back to what I was doing before. Okay. But you don't have to run yourself crazy. I got to put out 6 posts a day. That's Gary. Gary does that, but he has a team. He's not doing that. All he does is talk. They record them and they go back in the cutting room, the editing room, and they cut that stuff up. And that's hard. Doing it by yourself. So that's what I'm saying. You know, Fran said, pull out your phone, you do a video, audio, something. Find a cute picture, a nice picture, attractive picture. This is going to get the attention of my audience. Post it, go. When you get a response, reply. Do it again when you have time. So that's really what we need to do. To be the center of your business is not you, it is them, it is your audience, your customer, your client. You want to do all of those things that we talked about today. We have a comment from a Facebook user. We don't know.
Yes, tell us your name.
Yeah, Facebook user. And good afternoon. We've traveled into afternoon. That's how long we've been talking about this topic. So these are some of the things that I think about that we need to focus on, especially in the times we are now where content is everywhere. And I told you, this is the year of content. Everybody has access to ChatGPT or Bing or Bard, which I think but you use those things and people are just putting out content and they're putting out generic content, but you want to be strategic and you want to put out personalized, specialized content that's going to get you the attention and the word of mouth. And you do all that happens when you take the focus off of you of I want to sell this, I want to make more money, I want my revenue goals to be this, my sale goals for this month is that's sales. That's not marketing. Okay, sales. You get a salesman if you want that. But what we're talking about is marketing. So these are the things we need to look at and do to grow your business and be successful online. It's possible. It's possible. Okay. Oh, Maureen. Hey, Maureen. You're muted, friend.
Yes, this was really good. Hey, Maureen. This really good information. Go back over it. Lots of really good information here today.
And let me say, it's not just products, it's products and services.
Right.
It's not just selling products. This is services that you offer. How are you helping them? Look at what you're doing. Don't just go immediately for the buy, for the this, for the that. What can I offer? What can I help? How can I help? Because that gets that potential client or customer on the road, customer journey to buying your small offer, your large offer, whatever you're offering.
Yes.
Is the price point that they're going to fit into.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So that's
this is really good information. Always on Tuesday, you can come here to get some really great information that you can put to use in your business. So we want to make sure that you stick and follow TJ, Terry Johnson Online.com/info. Join her Discord where you'll get the latest updates and things as they occur. She's here every Tuesday. You can come right back here, reach out to her.
Yeah. Find me, Terry Johnson Online, everywhere.
Right.
And wherever you want to reach out. Wherever. Whatever platform, I'm there.
And you can become a part of the Bizchicks community. You can text Biz to 33777, or you can go to bizchicks.net.
Yeah. And how many messages are you sending out?
Look, you'd be good to get one if we are not
First
sending you stuff.
Mondays or any
Yeah.
special thing, which is what you want to do. It's not bombarding with SMS messages.
Yeah, you will be like, we haven't heard anything from Bizchicks. We're getting better at, we just want to make sure
Right.
that what we give you is something that you can use.
Right.
And not just every.
Yeah, just because the sake of, well, we've got this connection on text messaging. Let's just send them out messages after one after another. It's not email.
Nope, it's
email.
not. It's definitely not email.
Right.
And it is few between. We just really want to make sure that you get whatever important information.
Yes.
We will send you a text about that.
Yes, you don't. Yeah, you don't want them to miss this. You might have posted it on social media. You might have sent it on your email. You might have mentioned it in a video. But this is like, you really want them to, don't miss this thing that I have or what I have to say, this message. And it's not going to be all the time.
Nope, it will not be all the time. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda.
And we want to say thank you. TJ will be back next week. Coach Karen will be in tomorrow. And you can also catch TJ on Friday when she does the social media news of the week. So come on back and see us. We look forward to talking to you. And we're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle.
Yes, we are.
So that you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.